Alright guys, so today I'm going to be filming Get Ready With Me. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to straighten my hair and then we're going to do my makeup, and let's just begin. So the first thing that I'm going to do is part my hair. I usually just use these little clips, part it, and then alright, so now that I have a section down and a section up, the first thing I do is I spray my hair with this Not Your Mother's All Eyes on Me 10-in-1 Perfector. I use it as a heat protectant and it also helps make your hair grow, so I really recommend this spray. That's the only reason why I'm bringing it up. I've tried so many heat protectant, I've tried so many sprays to like keep my hair nice and healthy, and this one by far has worked wonders. So what I usually do is I usually just take this, I take it, I spray it about 3 times, let it air dry, and then I go over it with a brush, and then I'll take a section about 1 inch big, and I'll put my brush underneath. I like to use a brush, not a comb. Then I take my straight iron and just go over it 1 time, and then voila, voila. And that's that. Now let's finish our hair. Alright, so I just finished my hair and I'm going to put the final touches on. The first thing I like to put in is this Paul Brown Shine Amplifier. It's a spray, but personally I don't like using it as a spray. I just spray it in my hand like 5 times, rub my hands together, and just put it through my hair. Just gives it a better look so that my hair doesn't look too dry. It makes it look light and flowy. So my hair's done. Final look at my hair. Looks good. Doesn't look too bad. It's not one of my best hair days, but it's not the worst either. So there's that. Time to start a makeup. So the first thing I always like to do when I do my makeup, if I decide to do my hair first like I did today, I like to just put it up in a clip. So I'm going to take my mirror right here, and I'm just going to clip back these front pieces. Just so that when I'm doing my makeup, I don't get any of my hair in it. So my first step in my makeup routine is I put primer on my face. The primer that I'm going to be using today is this Maybelline Master Prime. It's not my favorite, but I bought it, so I got to use all of it. So we'll put some of that on my face. I really haven't found a primer that I like, except for one that was a sample. It was the Milk Hydro Primer. That one was my favorite, but I have a hard time justifying spending $30 on a primer. So now that that's on, I like to let it seep in my skin, so I'm gonna go wet my beauty blender. Alright, so in my makeup routine, the first thing that I do is put foundation on. So I'm going to be using, I think it's called Number 7. I don't really know what this brand is called, but it's the NO7 brand. It's their Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Serum Foundation. This is by far one of my favorite foundations. It is drugstore. It is on the little bit of pricier side, but I find that it's not like crazy full coverage where it makes me look cakey, but it's enough full coverage where it covers my face. Put that on. And then I just blend all around my face. I usually put 1 pump of this for each like cheek and side profile, and then as well as above my eye. I can usually get enough, blend enough out of it where I can get that completely covered. Then the next thing I do is I put on some concealer. I use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. It works really well, one, because it's not drugstore brand, and then it lasts forever. I think I've had it for like since the beginning of this year, and it's been working perfectly fine. I haven't run out of it, and I'm not even close to it. So I just put it underneath my under eyes. I'll do underneath my eyes, and then I'll drag it out across my cheekbone and on top of the eyelid, all the way up to the eyebrow. And I'll do the same with this side. Then I take the smallest amount of this, put a little bit on my chin, because I like have no chin, so I need it to stand out, and then on the center of my forehead and a little bit on my nose, and then I just blend that in. I do a tiny bit on this like crevice in my lip, just because I have a pretty like deep crevice there, so I like it to stand out. And then on my forehead, I don't go past the peak of my eyebrows. I go all the way to the top, but don't go past the peak of my eyebrows, because I only want like the front part of it to stand out. And I blend that, and then blend it down my nose. Then my next step, I usually bake my face and put powder on. So I use the Airspun Loose Face Powder. I just got a new one. I love this setting powder. It is one of my favorites. I've tried so many kinds, and this one is by far my favorite. I will say I never use these. These literally just smear your makeup. I use an actual brush or my beauty blender, and then I just take this, dump a little bit, as much as I can, into the little lid. Then I take my beauty blender for my under eyes, take some on there, and then I completely set my under eyes with it. Oh, it's so nice to have a new one. Then I do my eyelids as well. I don't bake like crazy much. I just put enough where it covers the concealer, because I find that when I put a lot of powder and like actually let it sit underneath my eyelids for a while, it kind of separates my concealer from my foundation, and I get really bad dry spots right under where my concealer is at. So if I put too much, it kind of makes the foundation and everything crease too much. I put some on my chin. I put some right here in those spots, because when I smile it creases all the time. And then I'll take it again, dump some more if I need more into the bottom of the cap. I will take one of my fluffy brushes and just put the rest all over my face. I'll put it all around, mixing it in with the brush to where I've already placed some. The next thing I like to do is I like to go up to my eyebrows. I use a Morphe eyebrow brush. It has a little spoolie on the end. And then what I like to do for my eyebrows is take a makeup wipe. I take all the excess off this brush with the makeup wipe. When I do my eyebrows, I use the Anastasia brow pomade in the shade medium brown. When I do my eyebrows, I stop right about there, and then I do a line at the bottom of my eyebrows, and then I just blend it in. Alright, now that I've done both of my eyebrows, the next thing I do is I move to my contour. My favorite contour is the Anastasia contour kit. I use this middle center shade right here. As you can tell, you can see the pan, which is so sad. Then I just take it, and then I go right under my cheekbone. Then the last thing I do is I put some highlighter on. I use this Tarteist Pro Glow palette by Tarte. It has 4 highlighter shades in it, and then 1 cream contour, 1 regular contour. But I just take my little fan brush, put it in the highlighter, and then just highlight. It's really shiny. It's one thing I love about it. I highlight my nose and the center of my nose. I highlight the corners and underneath as well. I do my little lip and do my chin. Alright, the last thing I have to do is my mascara. I have my eyelash curler here, and then I've been using this BC mascara, and then as well as this Essence mascara. I usually use two because it just makes my eyelashes look better. And now my mascara is done. My face is almost completely done. The last thing I do is I take my Morphe. This one's a mattifying continuous setting mist. I like the regular continuing setting mist as well as this mattifying one. I like my face to be more matte than dewy, so then I just spray all over my face. And then I usually like to take like a book or something and just dry it off. Take my clips out, fix my hair, and hair and makeup is done. And then since all I'm doing today is just going to my boyfriend's Madrina's house, I'm just gonna wear black leggings and then this sweater. It's this lilac colored sweater with a little tie. Nothing too fancy, just something simple. And then this is the finished product, just tied it up a little bit, have my necklace on, nothing too fancy, hair done, just basic earrings, and that's it.